What's up, traders? Anthony Crudele here, and welcome to this week's episode of Develop Your Edge. In today's show, I'm going to be going over the basics for developing an edge. But before we get into that, let's go to this week's Ninja Charting Edge. Now, I pulled up a dollar index futures chart on a daily with no indicators, just a simple bar chart. Why would I do that? How could a chart without any indicators be an edge? Because I believe that raw price action can be an edge. I'm not trading the dollar, so I don't need to look for entries or exits from indicators. I'm using it as a confirmation chart. I've talked about this many times on the podcast lately. The dollar is the number one market I'm watching because it is having an impact on all of the markets that I'm trading. So all I want to see is it taking out prior day's highs or lows? Is it trending lower? Is it trending higher? Is it just going sideways? I don't need an indicator to give me an edge in my trading. Sometimes the basics of just pure price action, taking out highs or lows or what a market is doing within its trend, can be an edge in your trading, especially for a market like the dollar that's a confirmation for me. I don't want any distractions. I just want to know, what's it doing? Is it going up or is it going down? And that's this week's Ninja Charting Edge. Now, let's go over what I believe are the three basic fundamentals you need when developing an edge. First, finding a market that you want to trade, developing a relationship with that market. I know that sounds so basic, right? But this is extremely important to me because this is the first part a trader needs to really figure out in their journey in developing their edge. I spent months, if not years, watching the S&P 500 before I started to trade it. What was it like on a busy day? What was it like on a slow day? What markets are impacting it? Like we talked about today with the dollar. What markets are correlating with it, correlating against it? How does it trade on numbers? What's it like when a major announcement comes out? Understanding the movement. Going back to the dollar chart today, basic price action is really the foundation of developing any edge, right? The dollar today was just about how I'm using it as a confirmation. But when you're in your journey and your process for developing an edge as a trader, it is extremely important just to watch the basics of the movements of these markets. So then it brings me to the next thing, the second part, the second fundamental, time frame. Now, some markets move a lot. Look at the NASDAQ. Look at Bitcoin. I'm not going to be trading Bitcoin during the day. Most likely, I won't be trading any market that has massive volatility intraday. Because why? I want to be smaller and I want to be probably more of a swing type trader. I want to be able to hold positions. So my time frame becomes extremely important. Once I identify what market, like I talked about with the S&P, now I can decide what time frame I want to be executing in. I don't think people put enough time into this. Do you want to trade intraday? Do you want to trade multi-days? Do you want to hold things for weeks or months? I personally don't like holding futures positions for more than multiple days. Obviously, if they're winners, you want to keep holding them. But really, for me, I like coming in with a fresh start every single day. So my time frame is really mostly intraday. I don't want to be trading at night either. Identify that. So then it brings me to the third and final basic foundation, style. You know your market, you know your time frame. Now you got to choose what style. Is it going to be fundamental analysis? Is it going to be technical analysis? Is it going to be a combo? Is it going to be momentum? Is it going to be mean reversion? The list goes on. From there, now you can start pick indicators that really fit within your time frame and market. One thing I will say, not all indicators work the same on every market. I know some people may disagree with me on this, but in my personal experience, when I was developing an edge in the S&P, that same edge didn't carry over to the Russell or the NASDAQ. Even though they look and move very similar, it just didn't work that way for me. I had to develop different edges for those markets when I started to trade them. Same as when I went to gold or oil. Time frames changed. This is why I say the basics in developing an edge are really those three things. Pick a market that you like, learn every single thing about that market. Raw price action. Don't even need indicators at that point. Pick a time frame that you want to execute in. Choose your style and then build that process, that strategy around those three basic fundamentals for developing your edge. Hang tight, I'll be right back with my final thoughts.
Why did I add futures to my trading strategy? 24/7 access to diverse global markets, like wheat. Can you say growth opportunity?
We should probably harvest that.
Final thoughts for today, traders. I know that segment today may have seemed pretty basic, but that's the point. Too many traders complicate trading and developing their edge. Even myself, to this day, 20 plus years in the business, when I add a new market, I go over the three basic fundamentals for developing an edge. Pick a market that I want to trade and learn every single thing I can about that market, just watching pure raw price action. Then I decide what time frame I want to be executing on. Then I could choose my style, my indicators, what type of analysis, technical or fundamental or a combo of both. At that point, then I could put everything together and build my strategy and develop my edge. And remember, a couple of weeks ago, Ether futures were launched at CME Group. I said it on the podcast on Futures Radio Show with Tim McCord. I think this is going to be a big contract in the futures markets. If you want to learn more about Ether futures, go to cmegroup.com/ether. I'll also put a link down below. If you have any questions or comments, please put them down below. And if you're also enjoying the show, click that subscribe button. You could also message me on Twitter. My DMs are open at Anthony Crudele. Don't forget to check out Instagram, Anthony C. Crudele. That's a wrap for today. See you next week.